Good day, boxing fans. Saturday night at Emperor's Palace in South Africa, Shavante Koopman, the unbeaten junior middleweight hope, will step into the ring and challenge the IBO junior middleweight champion Uisma Lima. Koopman is undefeated. Lima has got one defeat on his record. Is it going to be the coronation as the card is entitled, or will disaster strike for Koopman? Uisma Lima has dented the unbeaten record of 2 fighters in his last fight. Will Koopman be the third, or will Koopman prevail and take that next step onto the international stage? If you want to break down the fight with me, stick around. Shavante Koopman has thus far done everything that was expected of him. I've been a Koopman fan from the beginning when I saw him there on the undercard, buried into the starting fights of the afternoon at the Orient Theatre. He was fighting an opponent that was coming at him hard. I think it was only his third or his fourth fight, not sure, but it was way in the beginning of his career, and he kept calm and he stopped his opponent in the second round. Now, I like that poise under fire that I saw of Koopman, and in his last fight against Brandon Cook, he hit the deck twice in the first round, got up, decked Cook, and eventually a couple of rounds later, he got Brandon Cook, the hard-charging Canadian fighter, out of there. So Shavante Koopman can go down, he can be hurt. He was also hurt at a stage there in his fight with Brandon Tyser, but he comes back from being hurt and he stays calm under pressure. He holds, he gets through the fog, he boxes and he comes through. That's something that I really do like about Koopman. If you compare him to his stablemate Rourke Knapp, another exciting junior middleweight, Knapp, when he gets hurt and goes down, his instinct is, it's not that he doesn't stay calm under pressure, that's not the thing, but he presses the wrong button. His instinct is to fight himself out of trouble, and that's what eventually lands him into trouble. Now, quite a while back, Knapp challenged for the same IBO title against Jorge Garcia Perez, and he came unstuck, getting knocked out in the third round. Will this now be the same for Shavante Koopman? Well, they're different kind of fighters. Koopman is tall, he's rangy, he boxes well behind the jab, he's got a good right hand, he's got good uppercuts and hooks, he works the body well, and he's got good footwork. I've always been impressed with Koopman, very good boxer, not a one-and-done puncher, but enough power to keep his opponent honest. And every time he took the steps up, he came through. But is this one step too far? Who is Uisma Lima? Well, Lima is Angolan born, but he is a citizen of Portugal. He fights out of Portugal. And in his last 2 fights, he beat 2 unbeaten opponents. Going back, his only loss was in England against Aaron McKenna. There's not a lot of footage available of Lima, but I watched the Aaron McKenna fight. And in that Aaron McKenna fight, even though he lost by a clear margin on the scorecards, it was one of those fights that was a lot tougher than the scorecards would indicate, because McKenna had a real hard time of it. Lima gave him trouble all the way through. He just couldn't win enough rounds on the judges' scorecard. Go to his last fight was in Canada, and he was fighting the unbeaten Sukhdeep Singh for the vacant IBO belt. And Singh is an Indian fighter, but he was based in Canada, so he fought the house fighter in Canada and managed to come away with a win. And I watched that fight as well, what footage I could find. And the thing with Uisma Lima, he's not a big jabber, he is a southpaw. He's physically very strong, that he imposes himself on his opponent. He'll keep his hands up, he'll duck some shots, but he'll also take some shots, and he walks through those shots, and he gets close to his opponent. And what Lima likes to do is he likes to take an angle on his opponent just off to the side or here or at a level where it's uncomfortable for his opponent, and he tries and keeps his opponent there while working him over. And he gets stronger as the fight goes on. On the 12th round, by the 12th round, he's firing on all cylinders as he starts slowly the first round. And by then, the opponent has been through the meat grinder. And, Singh just couldn't. He used his height and his reach, but Lima just walked through it. He just didn't have enough sauce on his punches to keep Lima off him. And that's how Lima just grinded it out. So a strong, awkward southpaw. with heavy hands. It's hard to say how hard he actually hits, but he's heavy-handed. You can see there's something on his shots. He's maybe not as good with one shot as Brandon Cook was, but he's a lot fresher than Brandon Cook was towards the tail end of his career. So it's a very serious challenge for Shavante Koopman. Then with Koopman, I can't find on his record a southpaw. Maybe it was an early in his career, but he'll be fighting a southpaw in Lima, and how is he going to handle the southpaw? That's another thing that sort of worries me a bit here for Koopman against Lima. But if I have to look at the eye test, it is another step up for Shavante Koopman, but I think it's a doable step up. It's a kind of step up that he must take at this stage of his career and see if he sinks or swim. And as I've said, I think Koopman mentally, he's got his style. He can fight different kinds of styles, and what he needs to do here against Ismail Lima, because Lima makes a few mistakes. He's not a stylist, he's not a great technician, he's rugged and he's tough and he's awkward. And he's clever with how he uses his angles on the inside and how he makes his opponent uncomfortable. But one bad mistake that Lima does do when he fights out of that southpaw stance, he likes his big straight left, but as he throws it, he sort of drags his back foot forward without moving the front foot, and if he misses badly, or he throws himself slightly off balance, or he squares up. He ends up square in front of his opponent. And that's a mistake that I'm sure the Koopman camp will pick up on, and that's something they will time, Every time he does that, counter him with a straight right. If he's close to you, Lima is the kind of guy that you can make him walk onto uppercuts, and that's something that Koopman has to look out for. But for Koopman to win this fight, he's going to have to, I think, predominantly keep the fight at a distance, because I think Lima is better at the short range or the medium range than he is out there. That out there is at reach is definitely Koopman's game. I couldn't find height and reach of Lima, so I don't know who's got the height and the reach advantage. We'll have to see it away in on the night. But that is it. I think it's a very, very serious challenge for Shavante Koopman. It's a serious challenge for Ismail Lima as well, who is used to fighting on the road, who is used to fighting another young unbeaten fighter. So tell me in the comments, who do you think wins? Is it going to be Shavante Koopman or is it going to be Ismail Lima? How do they win and why do they win? What do I think? Well, I think this is almost a pick-em fight. It can go either way. The questions are, how will Shavante Koopman cope with a southpaw style? Will Ismail Lima, keep in mind that there's not much footage that I could find of him, but I could see those mistakes. Will Ismail Lima stop squaring up? Will he not get off balance on that one foot of his? Because Koopman will take advantage of it. He's got very good timing and he's got something on his shots. He can hurt you. So will those mistakes be ironed out by the Lima camp or not? And will Koopman be able to hurt Lima? And if can Lima hurt Koopman and put him down like Brandon Cook did? And when he does, can he get him out of there? Because Koopman is very good at surviving, holding on, frustrating his opponent, not getting up too quick. He's good at those tricks at surviving when he's under pressure. Now, for me, if I look at the form book, and that's once again just how the eye test, how these guys look when you watch them fighting. Lima is very awkward. I think Shavante Koopman has got a good amateur grounding, so he would have had to do with southpaws before. I hope he had good sparring. I'm not sure, but Lima is awkward. But I think Koopman to me is a better technician. He's a little bit more versatile. But can he handle the strength of Ismail Lima? Now I can't see Koopman knocking Ismail Lima out, but remember the guy who beat Lima, Aaron McKenna, is still unbeaten, but he had to really grind hard to get past it with Lima. So I'm thinking Koopman's got the better hand speed, and I'm thinking Lima makes just enough mistakes that will make him walk onto a shot here and there by Koopman. So I'm thinking Koopman is going to land the clearer shots. He's going to catch Lima walking in when with those uppercuts, and I think Koopman would be well served to hit the straight shots to the body. And I think when Lima gets on the inside, Koopman is going to have a rough time. So it depends who keeps the fight at which distance. And I think Koopman, he just has, I think there's something special about Koopman. I think he's got the feet and he's got the hands to keep it at a distance. and have more of his fight in the fight. You know, I think Koopman will just land the better shots at the distance. He'll have some rocky moments against Lima that he'll have to survive. I think he's going to figure out how to survive him. And I think Shavante Koopman is going to win this on points and take that IBO title. Well, that's it from me, guys. Please remember to punch that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything, helps the channel. And I'm going to review the main supporting bout as well. But until then, remember to keep your hands up.